Hello, it's Judith Hanson back again for Wednesday's live meditation. And I'm wondering how you're coping now the reality of our situation is beginning to settle in. Are you finding it more difficult, or are you becoming adjusted to it? There are lots of tips out there about how to cope with this situation. For me, I think the most important one is to establish some kind of routine. We've all been thrown out of our regular routine, and it's very easy to live a little bit haphazardly, and we are creatures who like a bit of certainty, and there's not a lot of that around in our lives at the moment. So for me, I'm a creature who's a very black and white, a creature of opposites. So my response could, if I let it, either be, well, I'll just lounge on the sofa and watch endless box sets and eat chocolate, which sounds quite appealing in one way, but is probably not the best way to keep myself physically and mentally healthy. My other option is the other end of the spectrum, which is to just rush around madly, being busy. Now, in terms of my business, I do have a lot to do, but again, it's very easy for me to get into a situation where I'm driving myself very hard and not giving myself time off. So we need a mixture. We need routine, we need some activity time and some rest time. And for those of you who are sharing your home with others for unnaturally long periods, I think we all need a bit of alone time as well. So to today's video, for those of you, me included at times, and for all of us, I suspect, for moments, who were struggling with a bit of overwhelm, I thought I'd do a meditation today covering overwhelm and starting to work on how we can accept what's going on with us, how we can accept the experience we're having at the moment, the life we're living at the moment, just as it is. So, if you haven't watched before, I like to start with some deep breathing, and breathing is very important. I mean, it's increasingly important given what's going on at the moment. And the breathing that I like to do is quite simple. Breathing deeply, using the belly, making sure the belly's moving out as you breathe in and then sinking back down as you breathe out. And lengthening the breathing. So I like to breathe in for 6 and out for a count of 6. And if you're a little bit overwhelmed at the moment, then 6 may not be possible. So 4 is fine, 5, whatever. Just keep the breaths equal length. So just take a moment now to settle yourself down wherever you're planning to sit. Make sure you're comfortable. And take some of those slow, deep breaths. Breathing in for 6 and out for 6. I hope you're already feeling a bit calmer and a bit more settled. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable. Remember that upright, dignified way of sitting that shows we're serious about this. Our intention is to be with this meditation as best we can. If you're uncomfortable having your back away from the back of the chair, use a cushion in the small of your back. So just take a few moments before we start the actual meditation to settle into a good position. One that's dignified and upright, setting, as I say, the intention to be with this meditation. Take a moment to check and adjust your posture if you need to. And then close your eyes if it's comfortable for you to do so. And bring your awareness to your breath, joining in with a body that's already breathing. Find that part of your body where you most easily connect with the breath. Maybe in the nostrils, or the back of your throat, or the rise and fall of your chest, or the rise and fall in your belly. And as you settle your awareness on that spot, just allow it to gently rest there. There's no need to change or alter your believing in any way at all. Just be with it as it is right now. Your mind will always wander, and that's not a mistake or a failure. Given the difficulties we are all facing at the moment, each with our own unique set of problems and issues, you may find that your mind is wandering a lot. And so every time it does, just patiently and kindly guide it back. Bring your attention back to whatever we're focusing on, which at the moment is the breath. An in-breath or an out-breath, whatever you find. Just noticing that your mind has wandered and bringing it back means that you're in the present moment. You're being mindful. And if your thoughts or your feelings become overwhelming, as they may well at the moment, you can always move your attention to your body. So let's just practice that now. Maybe imagine that feeling of overwhelm. Even if you're not experiencing it at the moment, I'm sure you can remember what it's like. And as you do, move your attention to your body. And we're going to scan through our bodies from the top of our head to the tips of our fingers and the tips of our toes. And as you scan through your body, notice what sensations you find in your body. As I scan through my body, I can feel some tension in my shoulders and my arms. And you scan through your own body, noticing the sensations you can feel in your head, in your throat, in your shoulders, your chest, your tummy, your back, arms and hands, legs and feet. Do this thoroughly and slowly. Be patient as you scan through your entire body, simply becoming aware of whatever sensations you find, however uncomfortable they may be. If your mind drifts away into judging or analysing those feelings, or trying to avoid the physical sensations that you find, gently and kindly guide it back to wherever you were, continuing to scan through your body, noticing the sensations you can feel in your head and your neck, your shoulders, your chest and tummy, your back, your arms and your hands, your legs and your feet. And if, while you're doing this, your emotions or your thoughts start to overwhelm you, you can always return to the breath. Back to that part of your body where you most easily connect with the breath. And just let your awareness rest. Let your awareness rest there for a while. Our breath is always available to us, an anchor to connect us back to the present moment. And now, as best you can, focus in on that part of your body that has the most intense sensation. A sensation that is the physical embodiment of the thoughts and the feelings that you are experiencing at the moment. By moving out of our head and into our body, we can distance ourselves from our thoughts and our emotions. Now simply watch and observe the sensation in your body, the most intense sensation that you're focusing in on. Observe it with curiosity and compassion. Just continue to be aware of the sensation as best you can. And when your mind grabs your attention back to the thinking and the feeling, just gently and kindly guide it back to that physical sensation that you are focusing on. As you continue to focus on the sensation with curiosity and with compassion, you can practice expanding your awareness to include the breath in that part of the body where you most easily connect with it. Continuing to focus on the feeling and on the breath, the intense physical sensation you're focusing on, and the sensation as you breathe in and out. And now continue to focus on the sensation. Be aware of the sensation you're focusing on. And as you do, imagine that you are breathing into this part of the body on your in-breath and breathing out from it on the out-breath. Breathing in into the part of the body you're focusing on and breathing out from it as you breathe out. You're not intending to change the sensation, but to explore it, to sense it more clearly. You're learning to bring your awareness to that part of your body where the sensation is strongest, doing so with self-compassion and kindness towards that sensation, welcoming it as a guest. As best you can, welcome it by breathing into it on the in-breath and breathing out from it on the out-breath. Exploring the sensation, being aware of its intensity shifting up and down from one moment to the next. And once you're intensely aware of that strongest body sensation, unpleasant as it may be, you can try deepening your attitude of acceptance and openness to this sensation. Saying to yourself, whatever it is, it's already here. Let me be open to it. It's here now. It's okay to be open to it. Soften and open to the sensation you're aware of, intentionally letting go of tightening and tensing. Say to yourself on each out-breath, soften and open. Soften and open. Then see if it's just possible to stay with the sensation. Breathing with it, accepting it, letting it be, allowing it to be just as it is. Remember that by saying it's okay, you're not judging whatever gave rise to this sensation in your body, or saying that everything is fine. You're not trying to soften the sensation. You're trying to soften your response to it. Breathing into the sensation and out from it. Opening up and softening. Softening your response to the sensation. Accepting it just as it is. You don't have to like the sensation. It's natural not to want it to be here. You may find it helpful to say that. It's okay not to want this sensation, but it's already here. Let me be open to it. And now, as we come towards the end of this meditation, let this sensation tell you something valuable. Let it communicate a message to you. The message it communicates is that you are a normal human being with a heart. There are things that matter to you in life. And sometimes, particularly now, there can be a gap between what we want and what we have got. And this can create unwanted feelings. And now you're going to experience self-compassion. Simply place one of your hands on the part of your body where the feeling is, or as close to it as you can get. And as you do this, imagine that your hand is a loving, helpful, healing hand. A hand that sends love, warmth, and acceptance within you and through you. You're not trying to get rid of the sensation. You're just holding it, accepting it, continuing to send loving, compassionate acceptance to the sensation and to yourself. Spend a moment continuing to send that loving, compassionate acceptance to the sensation in your body and to yourself. And now, taking a few deep breaths. And starting to slowly adjust back, opening your eyes when you're ready, moving gently or stretching if that feels right. Taking your time to adjust back. Adjust back to the external world and being present with life. I hope that has helped. Feel free to listen, watch as often as you like, particularly if you are experiencing that sense of overwhelm. I've noticed myself, and I've talked to other people, and we can be fine perhaps for most of the day, but then suddenly we think about the situation and a whole host of thoughts and feelings just comes flooding in, just like a wave crashing over us. So if that's happening to you, just take a moment as soon as you can, immediately if possible, and just go through this meditation, this process. Okay. Continue to enjoy the beautiful sunshine and blue sky that I can see out of my window at the moment. I think it's not going to last beyond the weekend, so make the most of today and the next couple of days. Continue to keep safe and stay well. And if you're not well, I wish you an easy and safe, quick recovery. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.